Property management fees are confusing, and I understand why when most people call me about our services, the first question they ask are, what are your fees? Because it's not consistent. Most property management companies have their own different pricing model. Even the difference between a flat monthly fee and a percentage fee, management fee, how does that work and what's different about that? So the most important thing to remember is that fees are always negotiable, right? Between you, the consumer, and your property manager. And there's no such thing as a normal fee, because there's no such thing as just a normal property management assignment. Generally speaking, your Class A and B properties are going to pay lower fees than your Class Cs. And that is because Class Cs take a lot more management effort to run and to get to produce income. One of the biggest differences is in how it's priced, and either it is priced on performance or not. So maybe a flat monthly fee where it's the same price every month, regardless of whether the tenant paid rent or the unit was occupied. That's one way it can be done. Another way is on a management fee basis, where when the rent is collected, some percentage of that is claimed as the management fee. Now, you can make arguments to different ones, and there's a lot of different valid reasons. I like, of course, when fees are aligned toward performance, so that when the client is making money, the manager is making money. And that's a really great, in my mind, way to compensate a manager whose job it is to get performance from an asset. Other fees that can be typically charged are leasing fees, and that's the fee that's charged when the property has to be leased to a new tenant. Oftentimes it includes things like advertising, showings, and application processing, and it's usually some multiple of a rent amount. So either a fraction of or a multiple of the rent amount. And the same thing would be true about renewal, when we have to renew a tenant's lease. So there's a lot of activities that go into that, and if successful, then some fraction of the monthly rent would usually be the fee. Now, some companies take a low monthly fee approach with higher per incident fees, higher, technology fees, and maybe tenant response fees, and some people call that nickel and diming. It's just a strategy to doing pricing. Other managers are going to charge a higher ongoing management fee and make all of that sort of stuff all-inclusive. A couple of other places you want to look for in a potential management agreement where you might be sharing fees with the manager: late fees and pet fees. Often these are fees that are sometimes, depending on the contract, completely retained by the management company or split in some other fraction than maybe the monthly management fee. So that's something to consider. Additionally, managers can make money directly from tenants for providing them services like resident benefits packages and technology fees. It all varies from market to market and manager to manager, but managers aren't only making the money off the management, leasing, and renewal fees. Managers can also have different kinds of agreements, so they might be long-term agreements with their clients or even month-to-month agreements, and all of those are different things you want to weigh in with your pricing structure. Pricing is incredibly customized by manager and by client, and remember, it's always completely negotiable. So when you're comparing managers, you want to compare on more than just perhaps what that top line management fee is. There's a lot more to be considered in the total cost of that management service.